CFC, compressed, the CFC stuff. I couldn't remember where I had all the settings. So I've got the highs, but not enough lows. So I have to play with that a little bit. And what happened was I wrote all this stuff down, and then I moved some stuff off my desk to do net control duties for one of the local nets out here. And now I can't find the paper that I wrote everything down on. So I'm trying to set this all back up by memory. And you know how memory is, sometimes it fails you. And so I've got to do a little tweak, but at least it's good enough that I'm on the air. And I remember the procedure that Rob, W1AEX, how you set the numbers for KLC and mic gain and so on and so forth. And so I remembered how to do that, so that goes all back where I was with power SDR stuff. And so I'm good enough that I can operate, so I can do a minor tweak later and stuff. Actually, I didn't have any problems, so it was good. The first thing it does is it recreates the wisdom file. You remember when you first started, this DOS type box came up and did these numbers for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then they said that once you have that you don't need to ever change that. Well, that's not exactly true, because once they started CSIS, they had to recreate that box. So I guess software and firmware is different enough that you have to do that. So anyway, yeah, that guy, he blew it, but the one you're talking about, he used bootloader. He loaded the firmware in, he started the process, which, as you remember, it erases the firmware in the radio first. And then it comes up and says, erase complete. And then it starts downloading the new stuff. And what he did is he powered off when he saw the firmware was erased. And that's his big no-no. Because he messed up all computers have a little bit of code in it called a bootloader. This allows you to load new software, firmware, whatever. And this is true on everything, tablets, cell phones, the whole 9 yards, they're all there. When he turned it off, he blew away the bootloader. And now he can't talk to the radio because that bit of code's gone. So what they're probably going to have to do is he said he's going to send it to Doug, the repair shop. What he's probably going to have to do is use the development tool that the manufacturer, the K0JTA, sends out. So let the bootloader back in before he can get the radio, whatever firmware the guy wants to load in. I'm guessing that's what they're going to have to do now. And that development tool is almost 5 gigabytes of data. So for people like me that have a plan that's only 5 gigabytes, if I were loaded down that tool, I'm done for the month with mail or updates and all this kind of stuff. Unless I want to spend some more money, so that's why I've never done that. Plus, I'm not a programmer. So anyway, he basically shot himself in the foot with a shotgun. If that's the way you want to look at it. Alrighty, you're running about an S7, S9 right now, not really strong out here either. So I guess the bands are not going to be as good. I was on Friday and the bands were hot as a pistol, 20 was. I was hearing DX stations from all over the place. And everybody was surprised it was so good. So I guess that was a one-time deal for, I guess there's another contest this weekend. They were all hoping the band was going to hold up for that, but I don't know. Looks like it is. Anyway. So, if you're satisfied with what you have, like I said the other day, just stay with Power SDR because it still works, You get some new features with paces that you don't have, but whether those paces are enough to make it wanting to change or not has to be your decision. K0JTA, WB6JFH, go ahead.
Okay, real good. Well, I didn't look at your estimator. Give me another just short honk. I want to see what your estimator is here, over.
You're running about S7 right now, go ahead.
Yeah, that's where I'm seeing you too, also S7 here, so, yep, I just wanted to check. I did make another short recording, and to me, the audio actually looks like it's very, very level. I don't know what it shows up there. It actually show up on the same thing with yours. You don't have a surplus of lows, but in my case, I can see that I do have some lows that are sneaking in there right at the very bottom end, but that may be just my natural voice and things like that. But I'm going to play that just a little bit. It's a very short recording. Here it comes. Yeah, actually, they were looking at there now. You had more lows. You got more lows like I do. Maybe about 1,000 hertz or so. There's a little bit of a dip, but that's really picking awfully closely there. So I don't know. To me, I guess it sounds like you always have sounded. Somehow I'm getting the impression I'm getting some kind of noise here. I don't know if it's from your transmitted signal or what, but it's kind of a click once in a while. Now, with that previous transmission, the longer transmission, it may have showed up, and if it's foreign to you, well, that was what I was hearing then. But I don't know for sure if it's coming from you or if it's just natural noises. But it's just a little click that I'm hearing once in a while as you're speaking. Over.
Okay, Mike, yeah, I know what that is. The default settings in the general DSP, the first screen where you can set buffer sizes. In the old stuff, my transmit buffer was set at 128. This stuff is set at 64. And now it's all dropped out. I'll go and change that on the next transmission and get that fixed. K0JTA, WB6JFH, go ahead.
Okay, just looking at my filter size here. I got the RX and TX set at 10, 2048, I'm sorry. And the choices are 10, 24, 2048, up to 16, 384. So, I don't know, 2048 was kind of a favorite that was suggested to me sometime back. The transmit filter window was BH-4 in that same area. Go to settings and DSP and options. I don't know if that's where you were, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not, I don't know. So where were you in that thing then, over?
Okay, Mike, this is with the buffer setting at 128 for the mic. You know, go, like I said, go to general, DSP, options, and they allow you to set the buffer sizes for sideband AM, the filter sizes, and previously my transmit was 1 or 64. Now I put it down to 128. And so that we take care of any drop out and stuff like that. K0JTA, WB6JFH.
Okay, I'm still not seeing those things. In my case, well, of course, I'm not running Thetis. So, in your case, you have Thetis running, which has got a little different game in there. But if I go to settings, and then DSP, and then options, I see filter size. Well, on the left side, oh yeah, there I see the buffer size. Yeah, okay. It's dimmed in my case because I'm in transmit mode, so I can't change it. Okay, so my buffer size on signal sideband is 64 on receive and 128 on transmit. Very interesting. So, what does that do again? Is that something, you know, I guess this is the way it came, and this is the way I've been running it here probably ever since I've been running, you know, version 2 something as far as the you know, Open HP SDR, over.
Okay, Mike, this is the size of the audio file. And when you're transmitting a file to the processor, this determines how much data you put in there. So previously I had for receive 64 and transmit 128. My filter sizes are 4096. I used to run them at 2048, so that changed the filter size changes the shape of the filter. So right now it's brick wall. You know, if you look at the shape, filter shape number, it would be 1. So I can relax that a little bit. I also have the filtered windows, and this is they use the VH-7 where it used to be using VH-4. So maybe I have to change those a little bit to get this back to where I was. Is the dropout really pronounced, or just occasionally there? Go ahead.
No, I didn't hear it at all that time, and maybe I was hearing things too. I tell you, I'm kind of under the weather here. Been that way for quite a few days, at any rate. And I did look at the filter windows. The BH4 and BH7 are the choices for both transmit and receive. In my case, I'm running the buffer size, the first column there. RX is at 64, TX is at 128, which I guess I'll just leave there. My CPU load, which I don't see that here no longer. I used to have that here and in the window I see, but I don't see that any longer for some reason. But, well, whatever. That's the way it is. Get rid of that there then and things like that. At any rate, I don't want to be just, quizzing you too much on this stuff here, but you obviously have a lot more knowledge as to what's going on in this kind of stuff. That's good, and I don't, and that's the way that goes. I noticed ever since I had changed something here with my display here now is all slid down quite a ways. In receive now, my noise floor is about a negative 140 dBm, which is just ridiculously low. But my previous setting was showing about a negative 120 to 125, something like that, which actually matches up pretty nicely with the S unit versus dBMW chart that I have here. So, at any rate, I was thinking with that change you made, as you suggested last, maybe a few weeks ago here, that slid everything down as far as my panoramic display's noise floor. But in transmit now, that I'm only seeing the peaks of my audio, which is just kind of discerning, so I should have to get in there and look at the adjustments for getting that back up to a point where I can actually see the stuff then. WB6GFH and possibly somebody else there, if you'd like to join in. Here's K0JTA standing by for just a short break. Over. Nothing heard. Go ahead there, David. Over.
Those similar settings that you have for the audio and stuff like that. So I did when I was with Power SDR with the transmit set to 64. I did have a couple of dropouts. That was noticeable enough that people mentioned it to me. So that's why it went up to 128. You go even higher, but the latency of the radio will increase dramatically as you go higher and higher and higher. So I guess some of the people that run AM and wideband, sideband, the guys are at 3 or 4 kilohertz. The audio without dropping out. So I'm guessing what they do. As for the computer load CPU, you have to go into general. And let's see, where is it? Oh, it's in display. General, display, general, and on the right side of the screen, you'll see 7,000 DLE, 8,000D, and it'll say show voltage and amps. If you click that, it will show that. If you undo it, then the bottom left window will show you what the CPU is running at. And I did notice that when I started thesis that now I'm running right around 26%, 26 to 31% with Power SDR. like 14 or 15. In the comments on the user group, they said that yes, that's going to increase the load, CPU load in the computer. I've seen about what everybody else has been seeing too. I'm running a Quad 4. I'm running an i5 processor. It's the third or fourth generation. It's not the latest. It's I think 8 now, but still it's plenty enough to run this stuff, and they still have enough room to run software or logging programs, other stuff as well. Anyway, it's that time or the time for the group to worry about it.
Okay, Tory B6JFH, K0JTA. Yep, I did find that show voltage amps, and I never discovered that. I guess I had to turn it on here when I first saw it or something like that. Maybe it was everybody's fault, but I thought I had turned it on. But anyway, so let's see. Now I gotta get in there and see if I can increase this here a little bit. Yeah, that brings it up. I think max. I just gotta see what that's all about there too. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm watching my pattern here as I'm playing with the max and the minimum and the step in the under setup, and then I go to display and then TX. That's what I'm playing with there. So right now the max is at a negative 20 dBm, and the minimum is at negative 70 dBm. Could actually drop that down just a little bit, maybe there. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Well, maybe 60 and 20. Okay, so max is at negative 20, minimum at negative 60. I guess I'll go ahead and apply that and save it, and that'll be good enough for what it's for, I guess, basically. Alright then, CQ, the Software Defined Radio Group. My name is Mike. I'm located in southeastern Minnesota, and if you have an interest in software defined radios, fine. If you don't, that's okay too. This group is a very informal group that's almost dying out, but anyway, David and I are keeping it running here, I guess, for the, if nothing else, the social contact and things like that, which is better than nothing, so that's about the way that goes. I'm located in southeastern Minnesota, and I'm running an AN 7000 DLE, running at about 30-35 watts into a little ELS 600 amplifier, which is giving me about 400 watts of transmitter output power, peak power that is. My antenna is a 75 meter loop antenna at about 35 feet, so can't rotate that, and that's the way it goes. If you'd like to be able to see what I see and hear what I hear, look me up at K0JTA. The call once again is K0JTA, Kilo 0 Juliet Tango Alpha, or K0 Juliet Japan Tokyo America JTA. Anyway, look me up there at the top of that page. Then there'll be a bright red, there'll be a red link. Click on that link, it'll take you to YouTube. Once you're there, you'll see one of the items there should say Live Now. Click on that Live Now. Eventually it'll load the live streaming that is in progress right now. It is in progress. I'm showing quite a few drop frames, and kilobits per second is about 675, 722, 1182. So it's varying, just averaging below 1 kilobits per second. Anyway, anybody else that would like to join in, this is K0JTA standing by, over. I did hear one station in there, but I didn't have the gain turned up enough, so give that another shot, please. K0JTA.
November 7, Charlie Victor Zulu, Charlie Victor Zulu.
And 7 CVZ, good afternoon. Please stand by. Was there anybody else in there? This is K0JTA, over. Nothing heard. Den 7 CVZ, go ahead there. I think your name is Mike. K0JTA, you're over.
Roger, Mike. Name here is Mike in Corbett, Oregon. A little bit new here. I went to protocol 2. I'm uninterested. And so I had to redo my audio system. I wanted to see if I had it set, so it's halfway decent there, Mike. But with the newest release, it actually works pretty well there, Mike, over.
Okay, now I missed with the new release. Did you say you're running Thetis, or what new release is this, over?
Roger. Went to Thetis last week. Went to protocol 2. with the new release, it seems to work very well there, Mike. I'm just wondering how my audio changed sounding to you there, over.
Well, I'll tell you what, it gave me a little longer and it gave me a little warning. I could get up there and hit the record button, but just at it in here, you sound just like yourself, as like you always did. So that's the good and the bad part of it, over.
Roger, Roger. I'm glad to see that I got it set right. Yeah, I had to reset the audio so I just wanted to make sure I had it relatively decent here. It sounds like I did. It comes with the CSC now and a lot of the other things, and it seems to work very well. It was very similar to 3.4.9, but it is a little faster, and the latency does definitely seem to be better there, over.
Okay, that's very interesting. Yeah, okay. By the way, David, I got N7CVZ Mike out there in Corbin, Oregon, I guess it is, yeah. And he's not terribly strong here. Neither of you guys are just terribly strong here, so that's just the way it goes. David, I saw you at the peak there. I think you're about F7. Mike, I can't actually report on you. I did make a short recording, but here it comes. Okay, that's in recording, but you get the picture there, Mike. I don't know how you're hearing me or what, but I'm not hearing you with a Hooter today. Signals are just not good. Signals on 75 meters were quite poor today and yesterday also for some reason. N7CVZ in the SDR group. This is K0JTA, over.
Yeah, Mike, I've got a really nice copy of you. It comes and goes, you fade in and out, and I'm sure I am doing the same thing here. So I'll go ahead and pass 73 to the group and hang out here and see if I can catch anybody else. But the copy is really rough there, Mike. So let's call it time to pass to the group. K0JTA and 73 to go.
Okay, you're all good. Yeah, I'm sorry, the conditions are not good, and I guess you're hearing me about as poor as I'm hearing you. Which I guess that means the signals are balanced, so that's the good part, but not good at all. WB6JFH, K0JTA, go ahead.
K0JTA in the group, WB6JFH. Very good, Mike. I couldn't hear the other station. I guess too close, something like that. But I did hear he's running Thetis. Apparently doing okay with him too, so I couldn't hear what radio he was using. Playback, I could hear that. He's silent weak, but you're also was about a S5, this port S5 is last transmission as well, so a lot of QSP at the moment. I'm glad he's got that up running also, and so yeah, a lot more, hopefully a lot more success stories, a lot less stories of people having difficulties. It always seems like the people with difficulties are the ones that are running through a home network, or they do, like they said before, they shoot their toe off by turning the radio off in the middle of the download process. So anyway, a lot of work there. So K0JTA in the group. Congratulations to the other guy for me that he's got it all up and running. This is WB6JFH.
Okay, real good. Mike, before you run, David, WB6JFH is offering his congratulations on your getting your Thetis running and things like that. Yep, your audio sounds good. Signal's just not good, but you can't blame that on the radio. I think we just got bad conditions, and that's the way it goes. Yeah, Mike is running an 8000 and an 8000, and with your 7000 DLE, David, you have some heritage there, obviously, but not quite the same, I guess, really, because he's got the higher powered, that 50-volt power supply and everything like that that's built into it. So quite a bit different animal, make a long story short. I know that Lou out there, he's running an 8000 also. And one thing he was saying is that he loved the radio, but the physical size of it was that he had to rearrange some shelving or something like that to make it fit. So it just was not a drop-in for his previous Anna radio. So, oh well, what can you do? Let's see. Something else I was thinking about here, but I forgot that too. At any rate, got the display set up here, so at least my transmitter signal is visible and this kind of stuff. I don't see any noise flow on it, but that's okay. I can just see the the business end of it here, and it's looking good and looking okay. It's got all kinds of hills and dales and things like that, as my voice does, of course, at least with my present lash up with my equalizer settings. I haven't looked at that for a long time, so yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just getting kind of down here. I don't know, for some reason, and I think I just not have as much fun here with the SDR stuff and things like that. So I don't know, just I don't know. We're right there, a rough spot here with all this the chemo, and then I wrapped up the what do you call it, the radiation, and that's really chewed up my appetite and ability to get things down and things like that. But they say that this is part of the process. I have to go through this, so after the radiation's done, which was I think last Thursday, a week ago Thursday, it takes time for it to get through, and so these are the steps that I must go through. I'm mostly recalling these items of interest, you might say, after my wife has reminded me of these. I know I was there when the doctor told me, but it just was not sticking with me for some reason. So, oh well, what can I do? Take another quick standby just in case there's anybody else who would like to join in. This is K0JTA. This is the Software Defined Radio Group. Over. Nothing here. I see some big signals down below us there. I saw one above us also. WB6GFH, K0JTA. Go ahead there, David. Over.
K0JTA. Like Nova and stuff like that. They're working really hard to try and figure out cancer itself and trying to use less harsh food, if you like, to be able to take care of it without having to go through all the side effects of chemo and stuff. Now, if I'm sorry you have to go through that stuff. Like you said, I've known people who have, they give me the same kind of reports you are. One of them's actually in their 40s, so they shouldn't have to have all the kind of side effects that they do. Anyway, have you ever CBS and been on for weeks and wondering if he's still around or if had more radio problems or stuff like that? I kind of think so. And you're right, the group has kind of fizzled out a little bit here. It's about you and I and Lou, and sometimes when George is around, a couple other people show up. About it. Maybe we need a little bit more advertising, or maybe there's just not a lot of interesting on like that. I don't know. Anyway, send it back to you, and maybe we might get another customer or two to check in. K0JTA in the group, WB6GFH.
Okay, yeah, I don't know, mixed feeling on even advertising and this kind of stuff. I tell you, I'm in a slump, so, yeah, well, bear with me. I'll stick with you as much as I can here, that's for darn sure. So, I heard a CWID from KI6UM, I think it was. Lou, are you on frequency? By the way, I turned on my noise reduction too, and that made a big difference as far as getting rid of a lot of the background noise. I'm just going to play back a little bit of a difference. So I should have made a comparison thing there, but you probably recall how we saw it before, which was very noisy. Anyway, with NR2 on, that makes a huge difference. Here it comes. Okay, I'll chop it off there, but you get a picture. So how'd that come through? A big difference, isn't there? Over.
It comes through fine. I run NR2, noise likey 2, and special noise likes all the time. Makes a big difference in the noise, especially in the noise that you're hearing, the received audio and stuff like that. Doesn't affect the fan adapter much, but does make a difference. I think a lot of people charge your engine or so, yeah, go ahead and pick up blue and it's arrow. So I guess I'm not sure. Here people out K0JTA group, WB6JFH.
Okay, real good. Somebody else is just getting a call CQ here too, so yeah, frequency is in use for, at least for the time being. WB6JFH here is K0JTA. And Lou, I heard your CW identification, so that came through. I don't know what the signal level was, but it was extremely audible, so I think I should be able to hear you on single sideband. KS6UM, this is K0JTA, over.
K0JTA in the software-defined radio group. This is KI6UM. Good afternoon, Mike, and good afternoon to Dave. I don't think he can hear me, but however, if he is on the remote, he can hear you. Well, conditions are not that great. A little bit of QSV, but I copy most of it, Mike. Well, I'm running the 8000, as you know, and I'm running the latest features. I'm running the 2.6.6 with the software and the firmware 1.9. Everything seems to be working okay. I haven't really got into it too much to see what's the difference between power SDR and features and so on and so forth. It's working fairly well. Now, one thing that I did run into is once you upgrade the firmware to the protocol 2, you cannot use the old bootloader. I have to go to the Kilo Victor 0 Sierra bootloader, which is a little different, but with a bit of Google I figured that out and it's working very well. So this new bootloader from Kilo Victor 0 Sierra allows you to go back and forth. In other words, if you're using protocol 2, you can still go back to protocol 1. But presently, I'm using the protocol, the latest firmware and the latest software for teasers. Back to you, Mike. Let's see if you're still copying me because conditions are not that great. K0JTA and the software-defined radio KI6UM.
Okay, I'm hearing you just fine, so you have a beautiful antenna system there. You're running power too, but I'm running you're probably running a little more power than I am. But generally speaking, we're pretty close to the same. I'm running about 400 watts here. And I did make a recording here. Now just half for you, and I guess half for the effort is for David, WB6JFH, because he's not hearing you. At least that's what I'm assuming. But I'll go ahead and play it back there. And during that playback, I had cycled through NR2 on and off. Of course, to do that, I have to have NR2 and then off, then NR1, and then go to NR2. But you'll see some noise increases, and that's because of the NR2 selection or not. Here's K0JTA. Here it comes.
Well, I'm running the 8000, as you know, and I'm running the latest. I'm running the 2.6.6 with the software and the firmware 1.9. Everything seems to be working okay. I haven't really gotten into it too much to see what the difference between power PR and so on and so forth. It's working pretty well. Now,
get this in a recording, but yeah, a lot of good information. I did write that down. The King Victor Zero Sierra is the guy, the author. So the KV0S bootloader, and it's nice that the new bootloader then will accommodate both Protocol 1 and Protocol 2 with the new stuff. So yeah, that's really good. But at any rate, so you probably noticed the difference or what at the first part of the recording there when I was playing with turning the noise reduction on and off, actually going from off to NR1 to NR2 and then off. That's the way it would cycle through, but you know that of course. Okay, anyway, KSXUM, K0JTA, very good report, and I'm happy to see and hear your success. By the way, your audio does not have a lot of highs. I noticed that. So I don't know if that's intentional or what, but it just, I thought before you had more highs, perhaps not. At any rate, if you happen to be watching on the YouTube presentation there with the OBS software, you can probably see some of those differences also. Okay, KSXUM and the software defined radio group. This is K0JTA. Go ahead there, Lou. Over.
Okay, Mike, very good. Yes, I have not adjusted the equalizer. I should have a few more highs now. The equalizer for transmit was not enabled. So anyway, I do. So it should be a little bit better now. I'm looking at on your pen adapter there, but the signal is not that great. Anyway, I do have a phone call here, so I will leave it with you and see if we can get a few more people to participate on this. Back to you, Mike. K0JTA and the software defined radio group, KI6UM.
Okay, very good, and good afternoon then. Okay, on your phone call, and now your voice sounding normal, so now you sound like you always have been sounding to me, so very good on that then. Alrighty, KSXUM 730, here's K0JTA, and this is the software defined radio group. Looking for any further possible participants. This is K0JTA standing by. Over. I see a tune-up like a signal there on 14.340, but I don't hear any audio yet. So I'll take another standby. Anybody else out there would like to join in? Once again, I did see a signal. Somebody was tuning up, but I have not heard your voice yet. Come ahead now. This is K0JTA. Over. Yeah, I hear some background noise there too. So somebody just simply got it keyed up, I guess. So I'm getting, interestingly enough, I'm getting a fair amount of signal there with the background noise. So the balance modulator must not be totally or correctly or fully adjusted. At any rate, I'll take one more standby for anybody else who'd like to join in with the software defined radio group. This is K0JTA standing by. Over. No, nothing here. Go ahead there, David. I don't know if you can see that signal on 14.340 or not. K0JTA, over.
K0JTA, good. As I can see it. It's probably not as strong as you're getting, but I can see it there. And so, there doesn't appear to be any modulation on it, so must be a tuner upper type person, something like that. So I'm glad that Luke was able to get see this running for him. And I forgot that the bootloader I used to do the update will no longer work because I've got the new firmware in. I remember there was another bootloader package out there. You just didn't remember the call sign. So when you played the recording back, I wrote that all down, and in the near future I'll have to go and see if I download the new stuff. So if there's a firmware update, which you probably will do, I can go ahead and do that. I load it up A couple weekends ago, I used the original bootloader that was on the website, stuff like that. So I understand that no longer. Too far more in the old bootloader will not do any further updates. So I can actually just remove both the bootloader and programmer off the computer, go grab the new stuff, and I should be happy camper again. I actually did hear Lou a little bit. He just came up and caused the noise. So I could hear some of what he was saying, but it wasn't 100% copy. So I didn't surprised to even heard him at all. So I guess the bands are shifting around again. All that good stuff that I guess we're going to suffer through for the next several years before hopefully the cycle starts picking up again. So anyway, at least there's another success story of updating the radio and getting things going and getting then going through and doing all the fine tuning and tweaking, stuff like that. I do my K0JTA in the group, WB6JF.
Okay, real good. WB6JF, K0JTA. Yeah, and that other signal there, it's still there, and it's just somebody that has accidentally hit their push-to-talk button, maybe something leaning up on the push-to-talk bar on the microphone, or who knows what. At any rate, I heard a dial tone, I heard a conversation that was beginning, things like that. So, but it just it's not a tuner-upper. It's just somebody that accidentally got their microphone keyed, or their mic keyed, radio keyed, whatever like that. But actually, as far as the Thetis, we've had 3 out of 3 today. So I'm the chicken. I'm the lone guy here that's still running. What is it? 3.4.9. So just not running much here. So I don't know. I just got to see what I'm going to be doing here as time goes on. This kind of stuff. But for the time being, I just don't have any real distinct interest in pursuing much beyond what I have here. Because the big thing is, like I said, what I got here works well. So, and I'm used to it, and it behaves nicely, it plays nicely, and it just, for my limited needs, it does everything that I need it to do. And actually does more than I need. That's a darn sure. Most of it is kind of ignored by me. But, once again, I'm just a rag chewer. So, set the audio up, set the transmitter up, that kind of stuff. Did the calibration of the transmitter course, but beyond that, not a heck of a lot of extra goofing around there. That set up the levels and things like that, I guess, but nothing at all exotic that one could do, that's for darn sure. And of course, that's the beauty of a software-defined radio. Well, you can really get into stuff in a deep, deep, deep fashion, there's no doubt about that. Alrighty, well, let's see. If you covered something else that I missed, I'm sorry. You'll have to remind me, and I'll write it down. Let's see. One thing I had a question as far as it goes. The guy that had the failure that we were reading about here earlier, did he turn his radio off before? Between uploading his bootloader and doing the firmware, or did he turn his radio off during the time when the firmware was being uploaded into the radio? Take another quick standby here. This is K0JTA. This is the software-defined radio net. Anybody out there that would like to join in, come ahead now. K0JTA, over. Nothing heard. Go ahead there, David, over.
K0JTA, WB6JFH. Yeah, very good. I was looking at that other signal that you were talking about, and if he's modulating, it doesn't show up on the band adapter here. I can see it standing a little bit. It'd be like to have it modulating 2%, something like that, not full, that kind of stuff. So anyway, just above my noise floor here, about, if you want to use the scale on the band adapter, it's about 1 here, up at 70 range, 60, 70. 70, 80 range, something like that. And so to answer your question, when you do the bootloader, the first thing it does in the programmer is the same thing. It erases the old firmware. And that takes anywhere from 5, for me it took about 7 minutes to do that. And then it comes up and it says firmware erase complete. And then it comes in and it says loading new firmware. In our case, 1.9. What he did is he saw the complete. So he turned the radio off at that point. So the bootloader never had the opportunity to load the new firmware. And that's where he shot himself in the foot. Because without any firmware in there, you can't load anything into the FPGA. It's dead. It's brain dead, basically. And what happened, he turned it off too fast. You do, when you're doing the whole process, the loader says process complete, or download complete. Then you have to cycle the radio to get it to recognize the new firmware and operate properly and stuff. But he cycled it too soon. And like I said, that's why he shot himself in the foot. K0JTA, WB6JFH.
Okay, yep, and I more fully understand now. Well, that's really unfortunate. I suppose he looked at there and saw that notation that the erase was complete and maybe thought, well, this is as good as it's going to get, and quit right there. So, yeah, that's really too bad. And like I said, you have to load the development tool at 5 gigabytes of data to be able to recover it. Even at that, it seemed like if he could get, manage that, that would be something that would be considered rather than sending it off to Doug or whoever does the work there. This would save a lot of time, a lot of expense, a lot of effort on both parties, perhaps, and just would save a lot of effort. That's well, especially on the guy that would have to do the effort. So I can feel for that person. Well, at any rate, what can you do? Mistakes are made all the time. I've certainly made enough of them, and hopefully I will continue to do so. So what can I say? WB6JFH, K0JTA, over.
K0JTA, left the group, WB6JFH. Yeah, he just made a mistake, and if he's not a programmer, it's not like it. The firmware guy, now I guess the new guy is or something like that. Firmware 1.8 to 1.9. Something that I'm not totally understanding exactly what the issue was, but it sounds like the FPGA has a temperature sensor in it, and the firmware looks at that sensor, and if the FPGA gets up too hot, I don't know if it shuts it down or what, but the numbers that were in there were wrong, and they've been wrong for a long time. And so when it gets close to the numbers that were programmed in there previously, the FPGA goes squirrely. Squirrely means it does all kinds of strange things. The numbers were wrong to make it work, and so figure that problem. So I guess he now the new firmware guy, they also use they use the plug-in board in the computer, which has a power. All the processing now is done in the computer, or will be done in the computer instead of having a radio, but about 40% of the processing takes place, rough estimate anyway. And so he says that doing this, the code will be less sensitive and should have better performance because everything is done in the computer. None of it's done in the radio. Your Apache Lab will just give you an RF deck. You know, like the other board that's in our radios has the PA on it, filters, all the switching and relays and all that kind of stuff. You probably get a board like that and some kind of controller and connect to the computer so you can control all the relays. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm assuming that Phil has presented this to several of the digital conferences around the country and stuff like that. We'll see how that goes. That might be a whole different approach. Well, it is a whole different approach, but it might give us features that we don't have now because we are dependent on the Orion board to do processing. There's a limitation on the processing. According to computers and processing becomes unlimited. And so, next month, we could end up with 39 separate speakers. No clue what I would do with 39. I've done a multi-master. That just blows me away. But anyway, you get the picture. There'd be a lot more. So I'm just waiting for our engine in the Volkswagen. You have a whole lot of horsepower. So anyway, so we'll see where he goes with this. Maybe we'll be looking at something like that. K0JTA group, WB6JFH.
Okay, WB6JFH and the group. I'll make another standby just in case there is a group. This is K0JTA. My name is Mike. I'm located near Hampton, Minnesota, and this is the SDR group. Anybody else would like to join in? Come ahead now. This is K0JTA. Over. Yep, nothing heard. The other station is still in there, and I can hear them just nicely. I'm going to play back a little recording so we can hear that I'm actually getting modulation. This guy's on the phone, but he's quite a ways away from the microphone. You can tell that. So thankfully, it's actually not doing much harm. Here it comes. Okay, so you get the picture there, but kind of interesting. So it's not malicious interference, it's just basically just a common ordinary mistake and a little boo-boo there. But yep, I've been hearing about that a little bit to myself about the piece of hardware then that's basically in the computer, which is kind of interesting. So it's like a PCI board, or I'm not sure what. Maybe it's going to have to be. Well, they were talking about these new video boards, like from NVIDIA and things like that. So perhaps they're going to modify that kind of a board or use that as a basis, because the NVIDIA boards are quite powerful. And of course, when you're dealing with video, there's a lot of data throughput there, a lot of considerations. And of course, with the video consideration, just in a pure video itself, there's lots of opportunities and therefore controls perhaps that would allow modification of that video. Well, if these smart folks getting it in there and figure out how to, rather than adjust the brightness of a signal, well, they could do something else as far as noise filtering and CW filtering and decoding and all kinds of stuff in there. Yep, it's a whole new world. Your comment about 39 receivers, my goodness. Yep, that's about 38 too many for me. I just can't handle it. I can listen to 2 here, I guess. I can actually listen to 3 here, because I can listen to two in one band, and then have RX2 look at a third band. But that's still too many for me. So that's the way it goes. Your signals have really been dropping down a lot here, and it's going to be really tough to be able to pick you out, even with all of my stuff turned on here. NR2 is the biggest contributor, but it's not doing the job fully, so I have to almost use a little poetic license when I'm listening to your words, because I'm missing too many of the words, so I have to kind of do some filling in once in a while. I had to consider wrapping things up here, David. And also May rather, is right around the corner, so your pilot friend neighbor is perhaps getting close to being able to come over there for a visit and see what the lash up is going to be, what it's going to require, and things like that. So very, very, very exciting. WB6JFH, this is K0JTA. Let's consider wrapping it up then, over.
K0JTA, W6JFH. Good being here. Good. Last round, drop down fast and good idea to go ahead. Go back up. Forward, height, forward. Stuff like that. So anyway, we'll say 73. Good talking to you. Thank you for the you're right in the line. Anyway, it's good to get on the air and talk to people. So have a good Sunday, and hopefully you get over the side effects of the chemo and get back to being yourself again. So have a good Sunday. We'll chat with you later. K0JTA. This is WB6JFH.
Okay, real good. Yeah, your signal came up. You're about a S6 or so. So it came up remarkably from what it has been. Even at that, it's still not terribly good. Yeah, I'm thank you for the wishes and this kind of stuff in the comments, and I do hope to get back to that, get my appetite back and things like that. I've been forcing these insurers down, and we got the Insurer Plus, I guess it is. And God darn, that's really going to be just nasty stuff to choke down. But I'm trying to get through it because I'm trying to maintain some weight. I am not maintaining a weight, but I'm trying to. So I've taken in 2 so far today. I have allocated that I'm going to be trying to take in 4 today, which still would be, according to the scales and according to the calorie intake, I would still be losing weight, but at least not as quite as a rapid rate. So just rotten, basically, is what I'm feeling here. Fairly rotten, yeah. All right, 7-3 then. See you next week. Have a good day. Hope your day is going well for you. And we are overcast here. Temperature is 55 degrees, and it's not a very nice day outside. Kind of a humid also. Anyway, 7-3 then. K0JTA is clear. Bye-bye.
See you later, Mike. We're at 47 degrees right now. So we'll catch up with you next week.
Okay, 47 degrees, yeah, not bad then, not bad. 7-3, K0JTA clear.